So, I'm here with Green Snake Gamer. Some numbers there, X, whatever. Anyway.
Yes.
And we are going to talk a little bit about level design, game design, and how we're going to create this blockout scene that we have in mind. So let's go for it. First, we gotta talk about the goals. This level is an exploration. We need to do the maximum we can to make it interesting to explore. We could do a cave for the beginning, so the character is not already in the scene. It's someone else before it, and then when it goes out of the cave, then it sees the world it needs to explore.
I like the idea of the cave because it gives the player a linear trajectory into the world and just points you immediately in the right direction.
Yeah, that's very, very important.
I think the ceiling could be thicker.
Sure. But that's...
Because then you can really see, like, you give enough time for the player to see that she's falling in, you know. If I have references, do you want me to show them to you now or
references
later?
Of what?
This is cool. This is
Go
really
for
cool.
it.
Really cool. I hope you don't have anything wrong in your tabs.
Oh, it's not recording that monitor anyway, so it's fine.
Here.
Just bring that new tab thing.
It's because I can show it only to the viewer in post as well.
And then she has like a little bit of damage from the fall.
Just as intro, like
Yeah.
the game starts like with her mid-fall. Doesn't have to be that long, but long enough for the player to realize, oh, I'm falling for a hole.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I can think that the cave, when you're walking from the cave like on to the exit, I think it could be slightly long to give the player like some familiarity with the controls and also set the mood for the game. You just walk forward for quite some time instead of it just being like 2 steps out of the cave. Make the player walk a little bit longer. Like those set scenes with long corridors, but no forced walking.
I'd say that's a good idea because then you can make like a frame. Like as soon as she falls from the hall, she can see like this little window where like you can see the light. Like
Yes.
that's the way to go.
Yes.
Yeah, right in front of her. I like that idea.
I mean,
That
since
is
we're
really
not gonna have dialogue, I think we should really abuse those classic level design elements, like how in Mario, when the game begins, we immediately know where to go because of the way that the character is looking. When you just like leave the cave, when you see your objective, when you know like there's only one direction you can face when leaving the cave.
Let's see how that looks like.
Do you think that's tall enough? The hole, like, or should the
Fall
girl
from...
be dropped from higher?
It could be a little higher.
Because it's gonna take fall damage. We should really like push home the fall damage thing. More. Less. There. Yeah, I guess it's fine. No one died from that. Showing the distance.
Yeah, so now we can make the forest like on a lower level, but then the final objective like
do you have to go down a slope or do you kind of jump down? Can you go back to the cave after starting the level?
I think you can. What would be the problem with that?
Okay. What I'm thinking of is like we need to constrain people. We need to constrain people to the level, right? You don't want people just running 5 kilometers away from the objective. When you go out of the cave, it's amazing that you can go out, look down slope, and see the objective. Mm-hmm. But what stops someone from just getting out of the cave, immediately turning left and walking endlessly?
We should probably have some kind of valley all around the level.
Okay.
So there's not many ways to go somewhere else. We could actually have like on this side, like the mountain coming to the edge,
Oh yeah.
and then just having like on this side maybe like a small slope for like, I don't know, maybe some water running or something like that.
Okay.
Like a small river.
You can always just use like dense trees or a falling tree or something.
Yeah, also works. That's a very good idea actually. And then maybe make this part a little bit bigger, so you have a little bit more space to like look how beautiful it is back there, or something like that. And then you see, that's my objective right there. Oh my god, there's so many forests. It will be so difficult to pass through to get there. But I know there is the objective because there's a light. I can see it shining. It's at night.
If we go out of the cave and our only option, like we see the objective is there, but our only viable option is going by a linear path, then it becomes a pretty linear game. It doesn't matter like how expensive it looks if it's going to be completely linear. If you can go out of the cave and you have like 3 different paths that you can take to the objective, or just like a quick shortcut that you can get on the path down or things like that, it feels more open. It doesn't feel like you're being restricted by any sort of invisible boundaries, even if they are just fall damage or things like that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a
Of
good
course,
point.
like I'm asking, knowing, like trying to understand what kind of game this would be. Because if it's supposed to be linear, then that is like perfect, just having to go down the slope. It just depends on how open-ended we would like this to be.
Yeah, I think it probably gives a better feel to the player then, to just be free.
Yeah,
And
if you wanna go slowly and explore, you can. If you've played the game before and you wanna get to a specific part or just end it as quickly as you can just jump down.
Yeah, and yeah, that works. We can have some collectibles on various pieces of the area anyway, so like you need to go every option possible, so you can get all of the collectibles. Could be one here on this corner. Very hidden here. Okay. So, how easy is it to actually go back?
Is it supposed to be a hassle? Like, is it supposed to be hard? Because you said it was a rocky path, right?
Yeah, it could be hard, like very hard to go up, and then yeah, it works. Like you can go back if you want. I guess that's a good thing, because then if you realize that there is one here, like one collectible here, and you're already down there, it might be really sad to just go all the way back. So yeah, I'd say it is a hassle to go up, but it's not that much of a problem. I think it's fine like this. What you say?
It works, I mean. Because it's really funny looking.
Yeah, it looks horrible, but that's the
But
way.
if it's a crookster, I think it would be if there weren't maybe jumps that feel like they rely on the goodwill of the engine, like some games have. Like in Skyrim, when you're trying to jump up a mountain, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and it feels a little bit, you know, non-intentional. While at other times it feels like it is,
But here you can just go on this corner and then you go up.
if I was playing, I would feel like that wasn't intended by the developer.
I think on everything.
Like, oh, he
man.
just didn't pay attention to this one corner.
Okay.
Maybe if just that specific point, like the only place where it's awkward to jump on, was a little bit lower, then we would have no problems.
What you mean by lower?
Like, if you could do this, jump from here to here, from here to here, and if you could just naturally jump from here to here, going back up would feel intended. Oh,
Oh, look at that.
okay. So long as it's not like a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it works?
Yeah, I think it works, but I see what you mean, so we can make it a little lower.
If it was like, if it just a little bit, it would. People would look at it after coming down. People could look at it and feel like, oh yeah, we're supposed to be able to go back up, even if I don't need to. The path looks like it allows for people to return to the starting point.
Yeah.
How should we guide the player inside of the forest? Should we use trees to kind of set a way? Because like when you get down here, it feels like the trees, the way they're set, they're kind of implying that you should follow there, like naturally. Maybe if you put another tree there, you can also like always just go inside of the trees. But with the way they are laid out, it feels like it's not the intended path. So people know when they're exploring, like off the beaten path, when they are maybe finding something optional, and when they're going.
Yeah, we could put some collectibles like on a seeable area, but on inside the forest, so it makes people want to go on that directions. And then some major assets on the corners, like some big buildings, like destroyed buildings or something like that. When we get here and we look back, we could actually see the whole environment, and it would be cool. Like
so
having,
it would have to be tall.
yeah, I would say it might be a better idea to make it tall.
And then we focus on the path.
I don't know. We need
with
to.
the trees,
do we
when
have any other option? I think it's better if we do something else.
Because that's the thing. When the trees have, like when we put leaves there, it will cover the objective. So the focus when you leave the cave should be on something, even if it maybe it's a well lit gate that leads into the thing. Maybe a gate or something. Like what blocks you? What stops you from going straight from the cave into the objective? What's the hurdle you have to overcome?
What if we could make like some kind of lake in the middle, so it clears the path a little bit.
So the lake is what grabs your eye.
It does have a reflection.
Yeah, it could just well be like a well lit kinda, cause you go out and when you see kind of the moon reflected on the lake.
And then you have the thing on the back.
Oh, it could be, yeah.
Like
that's actually very, very.
Like the river is like right here, and then you cannot pass through it.
You could, and
it's an elf that doesn't know how to swim.
What are the elements that are gonna be in the forest? What's gonna be hidden within? What are your paths?
Yeah.
Is there objective? Do you just go straight for the objective, exploring if you want, or is there something that stops you from getting to the objective?
I'd say the river should stop you, the lake.
But do you just like go around it somehow, or is there kind of sort of like a skill or an item that you need to proceed?
To get to the final point, you should have like some collectibles. Maybe like a quantity, like a defined quantity, but you can find them anywhere you want.
Why don't we map it out before starting the block out, like before continuing the block out then?
Fair.
Like do a 2D map where we just see, kind of put our ideas on paper and we can test it fairly quickly before doing the blocks. And experiment with different paths.
Wait, what do you mean different paths? Try different...
Like draw on...
Photoshop or something?
Paint. Before
Okay.
blocking out.
Okay, let's go with paint. But you're the expert on paint. I cannot do it.
Yeah. So we are here.
Wait, what was it?
Then drawing with the mouse, okay.
Well, isn't that what you always do?
We
Have you ever drawn
go
something
out
else?
of the cave.
Be careful with what you draw there.
This is us and where we start.
Okay.
We go out of the cave and there's this mountain top kind of thing that leads you down a rocky path. And in here, when you go down, like from here we can see the end goal.
Good luck drawing that.
What I was thinking before when I said about putting it on a hill was having sort of a path that goes up the hill.
That's beautiful.
And then you're sort of led into it from the trees.
Uh-huh.
And here you have trees that sort of lead you into it.
That's a good tree, actually.
The tree sort of leads you there naturally.
But then,
so you would go.
what stops you? What stops you from?
You can have the lake/river that, just like Moses, you know, when you get there and you have the items, it whoosh, it opens up and you walk across.
If we make that to get the collectibles, you to get to the final objective, you need the collectibles. It would make sense to look for as many as you can.
Yes.
So it could be involved to her powers, like to get stronger.
What if you can get there as soon as you start the game? You can get there, but it doesn't matter because you get there and there's the tree and you can't do anything about it until you get the collectibles, because the collectibles give you, like, you can get to the objective but you cannot finish the game. You get there and you're stuck because you cannot, you know, burn.
Yeah,
Because
true.
you don't have the power yet.
I
So
mean,
you can go there, you just cannot do anything there yet.
And then we can make everything that's burnable red. Like everything else on the area is completely dark because it's frozen in time or something. And then the only things with color are the links are linked to the fire.
To the past.
As her powers. So the only way to get there, like to finish the game, is like you can maybe, I don't know, in my head you can see that this tree is supposed to be burnable.
I mean, you can just leave the tree there, and once the player gets the fire ability, you can leave it to the player to experiment.
We can start whispering on their ears.
Burn it! Burn it down! Kill it with fire! So here you have the thing.
The other path, you mean?
Yep.
Oh, look at that. You are good with mine. Yeah, it works. I take back what I said. I have no idea what you're doing there.
This is the castle.
Is it? Are you sure? Okay, so.
So here you have. What the fuck? Here you have the castle / tower / thing. And maybe to get there, to get one of the collectibles, you have to get through here, so that when you get the fire ability, you know where to go. Because then you have to go by you have to get past by the tree at some point to get the final collectible. So when you finally fire on, you think back on the tree and like, wait, trees burn, right? Right?
And it's one of the only things that are colorful on the scene, because everything else is
and you
on
have to
the
test,
deep darkness.
test it out. So one of the collectibles could be like this sort of a bridge, I guess. And this is gap. And tree and river goes by. Perfect. River.
And now you can see it's a river. It's all color coded.
And this
so
is
it's
rock path.
That's not right.
Don't ask.
It's also not right. Do you have any idea of how rocks look like? What?
I think this is actually cool.
What?
What if like we just follow the idea that corners are supposed to have like collectibles, so that you know that it's an area that you have to fully explore, but you have a center where all the areas interconnect, or most of them. Like you would have a path that would lead on another area here, a path that would lead into another area, and then you have all the collectibles kind of like direction coded, and all of them lead back to the center point, and then we could have something on the center point that implies, hey, you got a new ability? Why, this is what you do with it.
I've made a little bit of a blockout with the landscape tool.
Way better than the block things.
Just a little bit.
So the way out of like the way to set the boundaries that you decided on was just to make kind of like the valley idea and have just mountains everywhere, like enclosing this area, right?
Exactly. It's super basic, super simple, but it works.
Yeah, and I guess it really works well for story, because this can easily be like kind of a hidden place.
Yeah.
Because of the magic tree and things. And it also explains how she got there from a way that you cannot return by using like
I gotta fix that here actually. Just make a bigger mountain on this side as well, so it makes sense. There's actually a piece of the mountain there, but I need to finish. But anyway, let's see how it goes right now with what we have, and if we can actually walk around the whole scene and
still a lot of trees to put in.
Yeah, let's just go already. There was something weird happening there.
Yeah, the camera, I think, is clipping a little bit.
Is it? It was not before. Oh well, let's go. Wait. I don't want to go. It's too much to the right, isn't it? What do you say? It's not very clear anymore.
Well, maybe if we
put the
move
trees,
maybe if we move the trees,
then put some lights on the asset later, and
then it's enough.
Yeah, I'd say
Look
it would
down.
be fine.
I want to see the fall if it's too high. Yeah, I wouldn't like to jump, but maybe looking at it, I would think I could slide. No.
You wouldn't like to jump, but it's still jumpable, I'd say.
Too steep.
Is it? I think it's less than before, or at least
it's
basically
less,
the same amount.
If I can just go up, then I guess we're.
And then there it will be full of trees here, so you can only go this way, and then maybe you can see between the trees that there is something there, a building. And then here is funny. I need to fix this. It's too high, let's say.
The floating trees.
And then there's a small then there's a small river here. It's too big, this river. I will need to make everything more planned.
But I like the expansive area, especially if like after the blockout on final product, we like make interesting exploration situations, like sometimes where you can just walk over, like we saw on that example nature pack in Unreal, that we could run across this fallen log that was kind of like leans on something tall, and you could just walk
over it. Yeah, true.
And
you
like
can do something like this here, for example. On this one, you can just go from the side there and then go all the way up.
So with like these small encounters with interesting things all over the forest, we can just make an environment that's fun to explore, so it doesn't matter if it's too expensive.
Yeah, a bit more vertical. And there's a vantage point here.
And I like the distance, like that you can see things far away and just be like, oh god,
and it's not so far away.
Yeah, it feels like it's really far away, but with character speed you can get there really fast.
And then you have 2 vantage points out of nowhere. I might fix one of them at least. And then this is way too deep. And then you go.
Deep.
Then you come to the castle, and there is probably some stairs or something like that here on this area.
Oh.
Look at that. I need to fix that as well. Oh yeah, it's quite bumpy there on the corner. And then there's the castle, and you can go around. Can you? A little bit. Yeah, works.
Yeah, depends on the
You
castle.
can put some rocks as well on the floor, and then it works. Then you have absolutely nothing to do here, and some funny holes in the map. And then you can go from this side and just go all the way there from the cliff. It's much bigger than I thought. It was looking so small when I was doing it. It's impressively big. I need to work on the retopo again. Ooh, I cannot go there. Okay, I need some rocks here or something to make it goable.
Yeah, this looks like
Definitely
it was
need something here. Oh yeah, it's because I made this place up taller, because then you have a nice view from the valley.
Ooh, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, so you could actually, like, on the actual building, you could have 2 floors, and then you go up, and then you can go around. There's not much to see on this side, but anyway, you go around, and then, like, from there you can actually see everything quite nicely. I think it would look nice. And then there is the river, the lake, nice. And you can see everything from here. And then the other piece, so I made kind of a way there here, and then we would have to make it better, like put some assets and stuff to make it
I think it would
easier.
be cool.
Maybe the fallen trees or something.
Yeah, I think it would be really nice if you could go straight to the glass house if you're playing the game. Like, especially if it was your first time, you look at it and it's like, oh, it's glowing. You're naturally attracted to it.
You really want to
go there immediately, like.
Yeah, could make a nice path here, like flat.
Yeah, because then you get there
here.
and you know you can get there, and then you can see your objective up close.
So you can go from here, and then it's nice. And then, like, make some kind of stairs that goes there. Maybe like a plane. Like, let's do like this, it's easier. Like a plane here, and then a plane here, and then a plane here. Like some kind of weird like slopes that could make the stairway there. Anyway, I'd say that's a good start. We can definitely make a cool game here. But yeah, you need to fix your trees, man. This really wrong placement. But that's the only problem though. The shape on point. And then I fixed the cave, you fixed the trees, I fixed the paths, and then I guess we are done with a blockout.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good. So, I've been doing some more trees, and I elongated them as well. And I made some collectibles, as we mentioned before. This one is the life, so we can see more of them throughout the level. There's one there, here, there, here, and there, I guess. Oh, and there's that one as well. And yeah, these ones are the ones that give her more power, so later she can burn the tree that will be inside that one there. So there's this one, that one, and this one. I made also some more rocks. Also fixed a little bit the pieces of the level where it was difficult to move around, like, oops, like for example here I made a bit more of a ramp. I guess we can pass here, we need to test it out, see if it's possible. And that one there. I made this path here a little bit more of a bumpy river bottom kind of style. And also, as we mentioned before, I put some trees tilted like that. So for example, this collectible, we can only go to it climbing, and then this one is facilitated if you climb. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. We probably have some more stuff to figure out as soon as we test the level. What you say?
I would say test it.
Very good idea. Let's go for it. Oh, and I made some bumps here as well, so it looks less flat and boring. And another thing, I make sure to leave as little trees on the way of all the objectives as possible, apart from that one from this view, because there will be that little tree area on this part there. So possibly from every view you can actually see all the objectives.
If you wanna go, just go straight there, you can, right? Directly to the castle.
Well, for now, yes. I'm not sure how that will go later with more assets, like rocks and stuff. But yeah, for now, you can do it. What do you say? It's better if you can or if you can't? Flat and boring. And another thing, I make sure to leave as little trees on the way of all the objectives as possible, apart from that one from this view, because there will be that little tree area on this part there. So possibly from every view you can actually see all the objectives.
If you wanna go, just go straight there, you can, right? Directly to the castle.
Well, for now, yes. I'm not sure how that will go later with more assets, like rocks and stuff. But yeah, for now, you can do it. What do you say? It's better if you can or if you can't?
If you had to go to the middle part of the map, where, like to the center, so that the player can get kind of a center point in his head to which he can always go back to if he gets lost in the woods and things like that.
You can actually see the whole map before you move around. Yeah, we can put some trees or some rocks that are like much more difficult to climb, so we can fix that, and also put some fallen trees as well, like that one. Yeah, it's a good point. And then from here you get to the bottom of the river, and then you can see that one. Oh wait. From here you can see that one, you can see this one, and you can see that one as well. And then if you go to the middle, because that one seems much more appealing since it's in the middle of like it's in a clear place. And then you can also get this thing. Oh, you cannot get it now, but yeah, you get this thing. And then you have a middle ground for every place. That one is a little bit hidden. And then we go around. Oh shit, I'm on the river.
You'll not be able to go inside, right?
No. Then you go to this side, then you can see the shiny things. And I made the groove here, like a clean place. And then we can just make lots of vegetation around it. And then you can go from this side and go directly to the entrance of the mausoleum. Or you can go from that side, coming from the cave, and you go directly to this area. And you're walking around, you get the thing, and you keep going. You see that one, and you go in that direction. You can get the life here, and then you go up, and then you get the power thing, and then you can actually see the objectives again. You can even see the cave there, the mausoleum, castle, and the glass house. And then you go down. You can actually jump as well. Oh, and another thing, we should try that out as well, so you can see if it actually works. It was an idea that I had. Maybe it is possible to pass. No, it's way too far. Oh, maybe.
Ah!
Yeah. So the river is there.
What happens if you
Fall.
jump on the rocks and then you fall in the river?
That's a good question.
Like that.
Like that. Yeah, I was demonstrating. Right now I have no idea actually. There should be a way to just make her die or something. But at the same time, if she doesn't have a swimming animation or a dying animation, how could we do that? Maybe it's like our last game. She just falls and disappears.
Oh yeah.
She just keeps falling forever and then she disappears. So we don't need an animation. Yeah, I have no idea how we are going to do that.
In Dragon Age Inquisition, you just fall through the water and then respawn. You don't even slow down, you just...
Back where you were before.
Yes.
Yeah. Because if you fall from this side and then you respawn the other side, then it's cheating. Should be on the same side. Yeah, I like that idea.
I like that all of the buildings are on vantage points.
Like higher grounds?
Yeah. That you can just look around, find your next objective, and then maybe get lost in the woods when it gets when it has more assets.
Yeah, the idea was to make it easy for you to see where you need to go next. Like what could be your next option. So that's why I made it like this, like higher grounds. And also because then it's easier for you to look around from below, like from down there as well. So you can always kind of know where to go, even though you can be lost in the woods because there's quite a bit there, and we can actually make some here as well. Not so tall because I want to make it still visible that you can actually see the building there, because I think it's a good view. And then there's the life here, and if you come to here where the life is, you can actually see this entrance. And then if you go through here, you can get there as well. Just like from that area. I guess you can get there from that area. Let's see how that goes. And then there's also, if you keep looking around, you can actually see that one. That could be quite hidden with the assets later. And then you get here. There's another live thing. And the view. Look at this view. Look at all this land. This beautiful water reflecting the moonlight. So beautiful. Look at that moon. Yeah, so that's it. And then you go up on the stairs and you can have a nice view from the balcony. Then you can see all around again and wonder
Burn the trees.
And wonder about the moon again. And then you burn the tree. You go inside and you burn the tree because now you have the power. Okay, now I need to check if you can actually go up from here. Maybe I should put some rocks or something like that on the way.
Looks like some of these jumps are a little bit
too high. Yeah. I have that impression as well. Oh, and there's also that little corner with some more trees. And I think there is a...
Yeah, it is a nice place.
It's just one little life thingy there, but that's a scary right there.
Yeah, I don't think you can get it from there.
Yeah, I think that one was the same height and yeah, not makeable.
Just been keep jumping, yes. So yeah, just like Skyrim.
Yep.
You just spam spacebar and somehow you get to the other side of the mountain.
And if you have time to look around, you can actually see the thingy there.
Will you be able to jump on treetops?
No, because they have the branches and the leaves.
I guess it is possible to get up there.
Yeah, I like Skyrim, but you can, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and that's it. That's how we do our workflow to create level design. So if you guys enjoyed it, keep up with the channel, and see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.